The Day of the Russian Navy in occupied Sevastopol was planned to be celebrated this year with a traditional parade. But already a week before the events, the Russian media reported that the celebrations would be held in a different format.
The Day of the Russian Navy in Sevastopol will be celebrated in a different format instead of the traditional naval parade and show, as the ships of the Black Sea Fleet execute their assigned task during a special military operation in Ukraine. From RIA Novosti, Crimea.
Instead of a parade of warships, a dummy was brought across Sevastopol. And during this time in St. Petersburg, Putin spoke about the power of the Russian fleet.
The key here is the capabilities of the Navy. It is able to respond with the lightning speed to anyone who decides to encroach on our sovereignty and freedom, successfully, honorably fulfill strategic tasks on the borders of our country and in any area of the world's oceans.
On the same day, Putin signed a decree approving the new maritime doctrine of the Russian Federation. It indicates that the approach of NATO infrastructure to the borders of Russia and the dominance of the United States in the oceans are the main threats. The problem areas where it is necessary to strengthen the military infrastructure are listed. The creation of logistics centers for the Russian fleet in different regions is announced. Shipbuilding of modern aircraft carriers is also among the priorities. What is the real situation with the Russian fleet was reported by the main Directorate of Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine.
The international sanctions imposed against the occupying country do not allow full maintenance and repair of navigation equipment and diesel equipment of the flotilla warships. To ensure buoyancy on some ships, including carriers of cruise missiles, units from Chinese-made household appliances were installed instead of the original blocks. Now the occupiers, who are familiar with import substitution, perceive every exit to the sea as one-way ticket. Main Directorate of Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine on the official website.
According to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, Russian fleet has lost 15 ships. Among them are the missile cruiser Moskva and the large loading ship Orsk. And many of the surviving ships are in a state of emergency.
The sailors of the 106th Brigade of surface ships of the Caspian Flotilla of the Southern Military District of the Russian Federation, who are taking part in the war against Ukraine as part of the Naval Group, refuse to perform combat missions due to the emergency state of the ships. Main Directorate of the Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine on the official website.
Amid these circumstances, the new Naval Doctrine of Russia was simply necessary. Military experts say, to hide the rather unsuccessful result of the participation of the Black Sea Fleet in the war in Ukraine for ordinary people.
Remember the damage to the landing ships. Not all are out of repair yet. This is the first moment. Second, do not forget that Harpoon anti-ship missiles are on duty there, and Russian ships are afraid to enter the Black Sea waters at the range of Harpoon. We have deprived them of reconnaissance assets in the Black Sea. They killed all oil and gas-producing platforms in the Black Sea where radar stations were located, and now Russia doesn't see the overall situation in the Black Sea.
Because of the sanctions, Russia has problems in providing satellite navigation stations. Without improved equipment, it cannot build an aircraft carrier fleet, could not get a single base abroad except for the Syrian Tartus. Therefore, the maritime greatness of Russia is still only a dream, not a reality. Reported by Paweł Sztelmach, Natalia Husak, UATV News.